Howdy, folks. Been some time since I posted, but let's start off the new year with the aftermath of a Gambler 500. In the fall of 2023, I ran this Fiat in the Gambler 500. There's a video on it on my channel. You can go back and watch that. After I completed that Gambler, I brought it home. I had this grand idea that I was going to turbo it, so I bought a turbo manifold, and I had a Garrett 3 or T3 turbo kicking around. I was going to put on there, never happened. I had taken the radiator out. I was going to redo the front end so I had better clearance, and I was going to do all this stuff. It never happened. And then, long story short, I would bombing around the property with my nephew and his friends and stuff every once in a while, and it didn't have a radiator hooked up. And if it got hot, we'd shut it down, let it cool off, and start it up, run it again, and so forth. And it sat for that whole 2.5 years roughly with no radiator hooked up, everything exposed to the elements, no intake, everything open. So when I was getting it ready for the Gambler this year, I found out the head gasket was blown, and instead of bothering with replacing the head gasket or doing head gasket in the bottle or any of that stuff, I had no motivation and no time, and I didn't want to put any money into this. So I just decided I'm going to run it with no cooling system, and we did. We kind of had a working theory that if you drove it through as many mud puddles as possible, it would keep it cool. So as you'll see in the video, I was driving to some, and we were driving around, took some photos, had some fun with it, and then I handed the keys off to my nephew. Well, he had a lot more confidence in this car than I do, and he just sent it. And I know how he got back here, but he got on a trail, he got stuck. I haphazardly mounted a winch in the back of this thing, and we were trying to get it out, and we were trying to get it out an incorrect way, and the mounting broke because, again, I was lazy and I didn't do a very good job of making a winch mount. For those of you that might be curious, this is the 12,000-pound winch I had mounted in the back of this thing. I tried using 2 original seat bolt holes, and then I used oh man, I can't think of what they're called, nutserts in there to try and mount the rest of it, which I knew was probably not going to work, and it certainly didn't. But luckily for us, or for me and us at the time, whatever, there's a factory air vent right there that I just took the plastic out. I had bought this extra fair lead. I did have that mounted very poorly in there. But anyway, once that broke, we were still able to use the winch, because when you once you close the hatch, it can't go anywhere, and it was pressed up to the back of the car, so we were still able to winch it out with it just sitting in there. So that is how we managed to get out. And of course, I didn't have a good battery, so we were running jumper cables from the battery in the car to the terminals on the winch, so it would get power. And then this came with a wireless winch remote, which I was controlling the winch while my nephew was driving the car out of the water, which is partially how the CV axle got broke, because I was not paying attention, and neither was he. And the front wheel got caught in the bank, and I was winching it, and I heard some snapping, and yeah, it was the CV axle breaking. Luckily, it held together enough for him to get out of the hole that he was in. and then we had to, and then it broke after that, and we were in the water, and I didn't want to get in the water and ruin my new boots, which I will talk about those boots here in a second. And yeah, so he sent it, we got it out, and it had a flat tire that came off the bead, and the CV axle wet, and that was kind of the end of our weekend. But we sent it, and boy does it still run. It was getting rough towards the end. He absolutely smoked the clutch trying to get it out of the one spot, which you'll see in the video. And it's also like out of gas, so the fact that the thing ran at all is pretty amazing, because there wasn't much gas in it. And I just rolled it off the trailer, and I realized that the gauge didn't even register that it had fuel in it. So that might have been part of the issue too, because you'll notice that it was running pretty rough, and as soon as it got under load, it would die. So you really had to rev it up quite high. Anyway, yeah, so we broke the CV axle, couldn't get a replacement. It was the end of the day anyway, and we were heading out early the next day, so we didn't bother with it. So it's going to get fixed up, and it'll be probably at a gambler this fall, and I'm going to try and kill it. Just going to run this thing until that motor decides I'm done. I did heat lock it once on a trail, let it cool off, and then we hopped in it and just started beating on it again. Talk about Brunt Boots. Yeah, so obviously this channel doesn't have a ton of followers, so I am not sponsored by anybody. No company even knows who I am, nor do they care. But I find a product that I like, and I think they're good. I'm going to tell you guys about it, even though there's not many of you to tell about it, but I'm going to. So today I want to mention Brunt Boots. I'm sure you've probably heard of them online through other YouTubers and stuff. That's actually how I decided to pull the trigger on them. Is Dalton from Battle.Garage said he really liked them, and if anybody that does YouTube videos isn't going to bullshit you, I think he's probably one of the top guys that's not going to bullshit you. So back in October of 2024, I bought my first pair of Brunt boots, and it is now the end of May 2026, and I just replaced them. So I got a year and a half out of a pair of boots, where previously the last two pairs I bought, I got a month. Technically, I wore them for 3 months, but they were held together with hopes and dreams by the end of the third month, and they were Skechers. And then I bought one of the brands that Tractor Supply sells. I can't remember which one it was now. And I got 8 months out of them. So these are the boots that I had. As you can tell, they're pretty rough. They're a fabric. I forget which ones these are called. I'll put a link and stuff in the description. Or maybe even screenshot it up. Anyway, yeah, they're composite toe. Like I said, I had them for a year and a half. They even have the original shoelaces still. They're pretty beat. You can see I've worn almost completely through the heel on that one. The tread's pretty goobered up. And on this one, the heel's starting to come apart a bit. But like I said, there's a lot of miles on these guys. Now, I wear these every day. Now, most of my day is spent sitting at a desk. But when I'm working on the ship boxes at home, I'm cheap. I have one pair of shoes for everything. So, yeah, I wear these every day, all day, doing everything. The only time I don't really wear them is when we go to the water park in the summertime, because yeah, you don't wear boots in the wave pool. Now, it's obvious that I am a big dude, so there's a lot of weight being shuffled around in these guys. And like I said, I do wear them every day. I come home every day and I walk the dogs up and down the road every day. And, you know, they've seen 2 full winters of road salt and other stuff. They've been wet. They've been in the water. They've been in mud and grease and oil and all sorts of stuff. The only thing that I would say that was kind of disappointing with these is they are listed as waterproof. But I spent a good morning or half a day cutting up a tree in a wet area. They had a bit of standing water, and my feet got soaked through, and yeah, so it did soak through more than I would have expected it to. But again, the shoes they weren't new at the time that this took place. This was last spring, so they were, you know, a few months old and had already gone through a whole winter. And I don't know, maybe you're supposed to retreat them with some sort of stuff to keep them waterproof. I don't know. I didn't do any research. But again, I mean, they've held up for a year and a half. And I haven't, yeah, original shoelaces, and even the insole. Now, these are probably going to be pretty gross looking. But if I can get it out of there. The original insoles. Now, yeah, they're worn and gross looking. But again, these are original. I've never replaced them with anything else. These are the original Brunt insoles. I've had other boots and shoes where these will wear out within a few months, and these have been in there since day one. I did take them out and clean them once and get them dry up. Like I said, the shoes did get wet. But yeah, they've been in there since, so you can see the dog hair that's stuck to the end of them and all that good, gross stuff. Now, these are my new boots. I got them yesterday. I've worn them all day today. They've been on my feet since 7:30 this morning. I have not taken them off. They are super comfy right out of the box. That's the wonderful thing about Brunt, is they are probably the most comfortable shoe that I've ever worn, and I am very picky about the comfort of shoes. Again, I forgot which ones these were, but I'll link it in the description. Affordable too, less than $200, or it was around $200 with tax for the shoes. I mean, like I said, I'm a cheap dude. I don't like spending stuff like that on clothes and apparel and things like that. You know, that's shitbox money. But I pulled the trigger on a new pair, and super comfortable. They seem super durable, well built, just like the others. I'm sure I won't have any issues with them. You know, I just wanted to give a shout out to the guys at Brunt. They do a great job. These are great shoes. I do believe everything is American made. I forget where they're located, but yeah, I mean, everything's great quality. They seem to be great people. They have other lines of stuff too. They have shirts and hoodies and pants and stuff like that. I just wish they had some there's a certain pair of pants that I'd like to have, but they don't make them in a bigger guy size. So maybe if they do someday, I'll snap up some of them. But again, I'm cheap. I mean, you get what you pay for. Their products are worth what you spend on them. But I'm a cheap bastard. So yeah. Anyway, Brunt stuff, real good. I highly recommend it. All right, guys. Back to whatever video they're tagging this in. I claim Brunt to be toolbox sticker worthy. And this one's awesome. The sticker's clear, except for the orange. So my green toolbox is still green behind the Brunt. I like it.
God damn it.
the shit out of it, dump the clutch and go. All right, sender. Are you in gear? It's nothing? Nope.
My phone's in your car.
That's all clutch. Yeah.
Oh, she's not even on the ground.
Cut it. Floor it. You weren't going fast enough. Back it up if you can. All right, try forward. Wheel, take the wheel and go like that when you're, yeah. Both ways, just back and forth. All right, back it up, try it again. Here, Alex. Press the ECS button on the dash. Other side. There. God damn it. Make sure you turn that off. Let her cool a minute.
That clutch is pissed. Or is it the battery? I think it was the battery. I think the connection popped off.
Battery disconnected?
Yeah. Uh-oh, maybe not. What happened? Is it the battery again, or?
Bro, really?
Oh, I mean, if you blew it up, you'd know. Unless the clutch just finally burnt the fuck up. Go ahead and try it. Shit. Send it. No gears. No gears.
No gears?
We didn't even need four-wheel drive. Want me to tell him to stop, or she getting a ride with him? She's getting a ride up with him. All right. Go ahead, you're good. Hey, at least you had a good sun out of it. Hell yeah.
Put a CV in it and have Lauren derby it. If I was gonna have anybody do it, I've heard.
He's driving that right now. Can you put my beer in your cup holder by chance? I'm sorry.